surface. Okay, skin surface. So skin consists of a thin epithelial tissue called as epidermis and a thick connective tissue called as a dermis. So a thin epithelial tissue called as epidermis and a thick connective tissue called as a dermis. Dermis. Okay. This epidermis consists of principal cells. One is the Langerhans cells responsible for immunity, but which is highly sensitive to UV radiations. That UV radiations are largely absorbed by the melanin pigment, which is secreted by the melanocytes. Okay. Third one is the Merkel cells responsible for sensation. Okay. And the fourth, the major principal cells in epidermis are keratinocytes. The keratinocytes can be arranged or aligned in 3 to 4 layers. Sir, why are you saying 3 to 4 layers? You can say 3 or you can say 4. Why are you saying 3 to 4? Because the stratum lucidum layer is present only at a thick skin like palms of the hand and sole of the feet. Okay, in remaining areas we can't observe this stratum lucidum. So in Latin, lucid means clear, transparent. Okay, next. So first layer is called as stratum germinativum. The name itself indicates where the germination means where the birth of keratinocytes will take place. Site means cell. There is cytoplasm containing keratin fibers abundant amount, rich amount. Okay, and few lipid granules also. Okay, so after birth you must take a death also. This is well truth. Okay, well known truth. That's why. So once the cell taken the birth, next there is a death that is called as mitotic journey. During this mitotic journey, so the cell lysis will take place and release its two components which is present in cytoplasm. One is the fiber, another one is the lipids. Okay, so then due to the less weight, fibers will fastly move, whereas due to high weight means due to high weight, the lipid granules will be deposited. Okay, as a layer called as granulosome layer. Okay, next the fibers can fastly move and deposited at the surface. Okay, deposited at the skin surface. So that layer is called as stratum corneum. Why? Because these dead fibers may also, if you want to pronounce dead fibers as a cell, means you can use the word cell. It is a cell without nucleus. If there is no nucleus, that is not a living cell, that is a dead cell. That's why keratinocyte, also called as corneocyte. That's why here this layer entirely containing a corneocyte. So it is called as layer containing corneocyte. Corneocyte means absence of, neo means nucleus. Okay. Next one is, and these fibers are highly densely packed. Through this dense packing of these fibers, heat cannot transmit, chemicals cannot pass, and microorganisms cannot penetrate. Okay, this is the importance of these fibers. Okay, because the parent, mean keratinocytes having no function, because that is not always live. Okay, that's why I want to say the lysis component of cell means the daughters of keratinocyte. The daughters are only two. One is the fiber, another one is the lipid granule. Okay, next lipid granule. This lipid granule, once lysis takes place, immediately release the lipids. That lipids will occupy the intercellular space, the space between the fibers. Okay, between the cells. Okay, and what is the function of this lipids, sir? These lipids can retard means reduce the over evaporation of water, because if the excess evaporation of water from body into environment takes place, then it causes the hypovolemia, that is hypovolemic shock followed by death. That's why the over evaporation of water from under the skin to environment can be reduced by these lipids. This is the function of lipids. Okay, so and these lipids make the stratum corneum more and more lipophilic. That's why. So simply in natural language, in a daily language, we use this is a rigid wall. Okay, rigid wall, the wall. Okay, this rigid wall is made up of two components. One is the bricks, and one is the cement. Bricks and cement. So due to these bricks and cement, the wall is too tight. Okay, too tight. It cannot allow any microorganisms, any heat, any chemicals, or any water from outside to inside. Water from outside to inside. Okay, next. This is completed yesterday. Okay. Friends, tell me, there are two types of drugs, friends. There are so first one is the stratum corneum. So out of the skin, which is a lipophilic layer and which are a hydrophilic layer. Friends, observe in this stratum corneum, it containing only fiber, which is a water insoluble, and lipid. The letter itself indicates lipid means water insoluble. That's why in this entire skin only one lipophilic layer is stratum corneum, only one layer is corneum. Okay, stratum corneum is lipophilic, the remaining all layers containing the somewhat living cells and somewhat moisture. That's why that comes under hydrophilic region, hydrophilic region. That's why skin is also considered as a bilaminate, means amphiphile. Skin also a amphiphile. What is amphiphile? Molecule containing both the polar group and non-polar group. Yes, skin also consists of both polar group and non-polar. Which is polar group? That is living epidermis. That is living epidermis. This is the living epidermis. Living epidermis and dermis. And dermis. Living epidermis and dermis. These all are hydrophilic portion. Okay, hydrophilic portion. This is the hydrophilic portion. This is the hydrophilic portion. Baap re baap, itna lamba. Okay. So how much the thickest portion, that is the hydrophilic portion. Observe, friends. Okay. The living epidermis and the dermis is nothing but is a polar region. So polar region. Whereas only one layer is lipophilic, that is stratum corneum. Friends, tell me any molecule containing both hydrophilicity and lipophilicity called as amphiphile. As skin is a amphiphile. Skin is a amphiphile surfactant. Okay. Friends, tell me, so amphiphiles containing polar group and non-polar group, is it exactly equal? Faiza, is it exactly equal? Is any possibility? Number of polar groups exactly equal to number of non-polar groups? No. Now tell me, skin is a hydrophilic amphiphile, lipophilic amphiphile. Skin is a hydrophilic amphiphile or lipophilic amphiphile. First, with your naked eye, you are observing it is an amphiphile. Okay, damn sure. Okay. Now I am asking, which is the predominant nature? Which is the predominant nature? Okay, hydro. That's why it is a hydrophilic amphiphile. Hydrophilic amphiphile. The major portion of skin is hydrophilic polar environment. Okay. Now, so like Pfizer, it is not a H, it is a home. It is a home. Okay, so it is a home. It is a home. It is a home. Pfizer, before entry into your room, entry into your home, enter into the home. Okay, first you have to open the door. First you have to open the door. Okay, Faiza, you have your home having the doors. Exactly, jarur rana hi padta hai. Okay, door. The door is the door is the door is which is the door of skin. Which is the door of skin. Skin door. Very good. Stratum corneum. Very nice. Very nice. Stratum corneum is the door. Okay. That's why. So, Faiza, if the door is not opened, if the door is not opened, you can stay outside or you can enter into your home. If the door is not opened, you can stay outside or you can enter outside. Yes, here also any molecule, any drug, any heat, any chemical that must wait behind that can wait in front of door. But once the door is opened, then once the door permits, then only you can enter into home. Enter into home. Okay, that's why the door functionality is done by the stratum corneum. Stratum corneum. Stratum corneum. Okay. Stratum corneum. Now tell me, Faiza, drugs are two types. Okay, drugs are also amphiphiles. Yeah, drugs also amphiphile that containing both the hydrophilicity and lipophilicity. Two types of drugs are there. Two types of drugs are there. Okay, because in nature every molecule having some amount of hydrophilicity, some amount of lipophilicity. In case of drugs also same. Okay, drugs also same. Okay, this is the blue color indicate the hydrophilicity. Hydrophilic drug. Hydrophilic drug means the major quantity is hydrophilicity, whereas black color indicates the lipophilic drug. Okay, Tell me for systemic absorption for bioavailability through skin, that the drug must enter into blood, Friends, tell me. So to enter into blood, first of all, the drug will cross the which layer? The drug will cross the which layer first of all? The drug will cross which layer first of all? The drug may be either lipophilic or it may be hydrophilic. Okay. It may be hydrophilic or it may be lipophilic. First of all, this drug will take the permission of door. Then it enter into home. Okay, home, and enter into systemic circulation. Okay, the process of crossing of membrane is called as absorption. The amount of drug enter into blood is called as bioavailability. Once it enter into blood, then only it can show systemic activity. Okay, so if it is not enter into blood, it cannot show systemic activity. It can be confined to show only local activity, but not show the systemic activity, Friends, now tell me, friends, I want a systemic activity. Now tell me, which drug is more preferable? Either hydrophilic drug or lipophilic drug, because drug also amphiphile, that not containing hydrophilicity and lipophilicity exactly equal. What is Manasa? Just you have to think a little bit, yeah. Okay, this is aptitude examination. Okay, Okay, tell me first. Yes. Okay. Which drug? Avinash. Again, Avinash, you are saying every drug is amphiphile. But amphiphile containing both polar and non-polar group is not exactly equal. One must be predominant. That's why based on the predominant nature, hydrophilic drug, blue color, lipophilic drug, black color. Now tell me which drug is more preferable for systemic activity. I am not asking about local activity. I am asking about systemic activity. Yes, that is hydrophilic drug. Why, sir? Anna, once it enter into this one, observe which path length is more, hydrophilic path length or lipophilic path length? Just this is entirely hydrophilic. Observe, friend, this is the hydrophilic. Okay, this is the hydrophilic. So the more reason is the hydrophilic. That's why the path length is hydrophilicity. Okay, that's why first the drug will travel more polar region, then only it enter into blood. Okay, whereas very little portion is the lipophilic layer, because door means door as compared with home may occupy more space. Home occupy more area, whereas door can occupy very little area now. Okay, so door occupy very little area, whereas home occupy more area. Now tell me, friends, once you enter into the room, okay, you can enter into cooking room or a bathroom or a bedroom, whatever it may be. Okay, that's why. So major space is polar. That's why once the drug which is more water soluble, then widely distributed in this entire living epidermis and dermis and rapidly enter into blood. So once again, students, friends, once again, please confirm yourself for systemic activity. Every topically drug belongs to hydrophilic or lipophilic. For systemic activity, every topically administered, topical means surface, okay, topically administered drug having predominant nature hydrophilicity or lipophilicity. Okay, so with your opinion, I am deciding to take hydrophilic drug for systemic activity. Okay, I am removing the lipophilic drug. Okay, I am removing the lipophilic drug. Observe friends. So, with your opinion, I am preferring a hydrophilic drug for a systemic activity. Once again, friends, remember for systemic activity only. Okay. So, friends, observe. This is the drug. So, you can't observe. You can't apply the drug powder, friends. You can't apply the drug powder. First of all, the drug powder can be dissolved in a suitable solvent. Which is the suitable solvent for hydrophilic drug? Water is the suitable solvent. That's why solute dissolved in solvent form a solution. Solute dissolved in solvent form a solution. This is the aqueous solution of the drug. Okay, this aqueous solution of the drug. Now tell me, friends, the aqueous solution of drug. This is the watery in nature. But first, Doris, lipophilic. This drug will ask, hey, fiber, keratin fiber, please allow me. So keratin fiber will say, impossible at all. Okay, till my last breath, till my last breath. So till my last breath, I can't allow you. Okay, because I am a safeguard of my skin, safeguard of my skin. Okay, I am myself is a protective barrier of skin. That's why I can't allow you. Okay, so again, the drug will ask, okay, hey, fiber, please allow me. Okay, so I am waiting outside, please allow me. Okay, then lipophilically this fiber will say no, it is impossible at all. Then the drug will ask the tail of the lipid, hey lipid, will you please allow me? Okay, so no, please no, please no, please no. Then immediately he will observe these polar groups. Okay, but already I told you why these polar heads are reserved for. These polar heads are reserved for. These polar heads of lipid is reserved for. Okay, Shivani, why are you saying GTR? Okay, so these are reserved for only water which is come inside to outside, come inside to outside. Okay, which is moving from inside to outside, because that will always carry the body heat, always carrying the body heat. That's why, so it cannot allow. Okay, because already there is a more flow of observe already here. So water, 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 water. बाप रे इतना लंबा क्यों? Water, 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 water. Okay, this water will carry heat, 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 heat. Okay, that's why. So it is continuously flowing outside, continuous process. Okay, unidirectional, continuous process. Otherwise, your tissues will burn out. Okay, that's why God blessings. Okay, so this sweat always will come. Okay, next. That's why it is also blocked. This is also reserved. Okay, now wait. Drug is waiting, hours, minutes, weeks, and years. Okay, so there is no chance to enter, to pass this layer. Okay, door. Okay, impossible to pass the door. Now tell me, as a duty of pharmacist, tell me, friends, how can I enhance the penetration of hydrophilic drug through stratum corneum, Tell me, friends, which layer you like very much? Which layer you like very much, Pratika? Which layer of your skin likes very much? You love which layer of your skin? Which layer of your skin? Stratum corneum. Good, good, good. Why, Parnika? Why you are loving so much the stratum corneum? Why? Because until the presence of the stratum corneum only, the underlying layers, all layers below that will be safe. Otherwise, if there is no stratum corneum, all microbial cells enter into your dermis, because the dermis is a polar environment. Most of the microorganisms will be grown in a polar environment. That's why will you please say thanks to stratum corneum. Stratum corneum. Stratum corneum, always use one statement. Okay, so always we start use one statement. Okay, so the stratum corneum will say all are equal before law, all are equal before law, all are equal before law. Okay, whether it may heat, either may microorganisms, whether it may be drug also, I can't allow till my last breath, likewise stratum corneum will decide. Okay, thereby the drug cannot pass through this lipophilic layer. Now, unfortunately, if the door opened, what happens? Right? Door is slightly your friends are waiting outside. You and your friends, 10 members will be waiting, or 20 members are waiting. Group of members are waiting. If the door is slightly open, then tell me slightly open means one person will enter, or all group of persons at a time will enter. At a time, that crowd at a time will. Oh, yes, Gaurav, exactly. Yeah, okay. So exactly that's why. Otherwise, if the door is completely opened, then the group of members will enter at a time into the home, That's why how many members will enter into home, that is decided by how many members will enter into home will be decided by the stratum corneum. That's why the stratum corneum is called as a rate limiting barrier. 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 What is rate? You are well known regarding the kinetics. Okay, kinetics. Tell me, what is the rate? What is the rate? What is the rate? Amount of drug enter into blood with respect to the time. Okay, for example, per 1 hour, uh, 10 microgram is enters. 10 microgram is enter. Or per 1 hour, 20 microgram is enter. Or per 1 hour, 30 microgram is enter. Per 1 hour, 40 microgram is enter. Okay, friends, the amount enter into blood per unit time, that is decided by the stratum corneum. Okay. So if the stratum corneum allow more amount of drug, then more amount enter into blood. If the stratum corneum allow less amount of drug, then less amount of drug enter into blood. Okay, that's why the amount of drug enter into blood is decided by the amount of drug, that is called as rate. Amount of drug enter into blood with respect to the time is limited. Limited means controlled by a barrier. Which barrier? Stratum corneum. Stratum corneum. Okay, Gaurav. So Gaurav, just you think and tell me exactly list of synonyms for that superficial layer of skin. Exactly the synonyms of superficial layer of the skin. Synonyms. You can complete, you can finish every synonym. Tell me, anybody. How many? First one. Don't say Preeti, cutaneous layer. I am asking superficial layer. Superficial layer. Wow, Manasa, dead layer, horny layer. So Manasa, you forgot to express the stratum corneum. Yeah? You forgot to express the stratum corneum. Actually, Manasa, dead layer is clear. Horny layer is clear. Lipophilic layer is clear. But you forgot to write the stratum corneum. Then it will be excellent here. First one is stratum corneum. Second one is a horny layer. Third one is dead layer. Fourth one is lipophilic layer. Fifth one is a rate limiting barrier. Rate limiting barrier. Wow, wow. How many synonyms are okay? So, hmm. So Hariharan, don't use the epidermis here. I am asking a superficial layer, super, okay, super duper, it means superficial layer, okay, that is visible your naked eye, with your naked eye, visible with your naked eye, okay. That is, wow. Now Mehta is correct. Mehta, you also not correct here. Okay, first you have to mention stratum corneum. Where is stratum corneum? Okay, Gaurav, stratum corneum. Okay, Faiza. Okay, okay. Next time. That's why the amount of drug entering into blood is regulated by the stratum corneum. That's why. So what a beautiful layer it is. What a beautiful layer is a stratum corneum. Without stratum corneum, our skin always suffers with the diseases. Okay, without stratum corneum, our skin will suffers with the diseases. Okay, next. That's why some. So yes, we can face some problems also with stratum corneum. What is that problem means? He cannot allow the drugs also. Okay, actually, I want to pay. I want to. I want to administer the drug on topical route, means on skin surface. I requires the drug will enter into blood, then only it can show its systemic activity. But the stratum corneum, I can't allow that drug also. Okay, so he can't listen the references also. It can't consider references. Okay, can't consider references. Okay, everyone will stay outside. Yeah. Okay, everyone will stay outside. Yeah. Okay. Now tell me, friends. As a duty of pharmacist, how can you increase the penetration of this aqueous drug or a polar drug or hydrophilic drug through stratum corneum. Now tell me friends, now onwards, uh, stratum corneum means in skin, which is the most important layer in skin, which is the most important layer in skin, which is the most important layer, stratum. Now onwards I can use the, instead of stratum corneum I can use the sentence skin, I can use the sentence skin. Okay, instead of stratum corneum I can use the word skin, because in entire skin the most important layer is stratum corneum, because that only protects that entire skin region. That's why now onwards I can use the word skin instead of stratum corneum. Okay, now friends, tell me, and also instead of hydrophilic drug, Tanvi, so how can I say repeatedly hydrophilic drug? That's why now onwards I can't say hydrophilic drug, I can say drug only. Then you can consider hydrophilic drug, because so for systemic activity, every topically administered drug must be hydrophilic. That's why it is already decided point. That's why I can't repeat every time hydrophilic drug. Just I can say drug, then immediately you decided yes it is a hydrophilic drug, because that is for a systemic activity. Okay, next. Hmm. Tell me friends, the barrier nature, the rigidity, or rigidity of stratum corneum is mainly because of only two components. One is the fiber, another one is the lipid. One is the fiber, another one is the lipid. One is the brick, another one is the cement. So the rigidity of the wall is mainly because of one is a brick, another one is a cement. Now I want to, I want to, mm, I want to request either keratin fibers or either a lipid. Okay, that's why my targets to enhance the penetration of drug through skin. Penetration of drug through skin is possible either requesting with the fiber or requesting with the lipid. Okay, so how that requesting mechanisms or requesting ways that are. Once again, you observe friends, then you next we go for enhancing the penetration of drug through skin. Penetration of drug means hydrophilic drug. Skin means stratum corneum. Okay. Hmm. These are the penetration enhancing mechanisms. Penetration enhancing mechanisms. Okay. Penetration enhancing mechanisms. Hmm. First one, penetration enhancing mechanism. So enhance means increase the penetration of which one? Hydrophilic drug through skin. Skin means the stratum corneum. Okay. So first one is friend. First my target is this lipids. First target is lipids. Okay. I want to dissolve these lipids. Okay. How can you dissolve the lipids? Lipids are dissolved in water or organic solvent, friends. Lipids are always dissolved in water or organic solvent. Water or organic solvent. Lipids are dissolved in water or organic solvent. That's why I'm preferring the organic solvent. Yes, organic solvent. Okay. Next. Organic solvents are two types: water miscible and water immiscible. Which is preferable? Water miscible. Why, sir? Because already drug is dissolved in water. Okay, that's why. Friends, observe here. Observe. This is the water miscible organic solvent. Then only it can be miscible in this water. In that water already drug is dissolved. Blue color water, green color organic solvent. Okay, so green color organic solvent. Now friends, observe this organic solvent. Already this organic solvent will cause the miscibility of water. In that water already drug is dissolved. Now it will enter just touch on skin surface. Next, immediately dissolve the lipids, whereby if the lipids are dissolved, what happens, friends? The penetration of the drug also increase because the space will be increased. The penetration of drug also increase. Before this, observe, friends, this is the rigidity. The rigidity due to fiber and lipid. Okay, my target is now dissolve this lipid, dissolve the lipid. So before this, there is no even single drug molecule not enter into blood. Now observe, friends, how many drug molecules are enter into blood. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 microgram enters. Okay, or 7 microgram enter, or 8 microgram enter. Thereby, penetration increased or decreased? Penetration is increased or decreased? Penetration is increased or decreased, friends? Increased. Penetration is increased, friends. That's why. So otherwise, if we take the water immiscible organic solvent, what happen? This water cannot be dissolved in that water immiscible organic solvent. Thereby, we can observe two layers. One is the water immiscible organic layer, and water and aqueous drug solution. Okay, you can observe two layers, that is unstable solution. That's why you take any organic solvent which is water miscible, because already drug is dissolved in water. That water must be miscible in this organic solvent, then only it can dissolve the lipids and also enhance the penetration of the drug. That's why here the mechanism is addition of water miscible organic solvents. Okay, mechanism is dissolving the lipid, how it can be dissolved? By addition of the agents. Which agents? Water miscible organic solvent. These are called as penetration enhancers. Okay, this agent is called as a penetration enhancers. And dissolving the lipid is called as a penetration enhancing mechanism. Okay, first lipids are dissolved, thereby the force will be increased, the penetration of drug also increase, bioavailability also increase. Okay, next, sir, will you please tell me examples for that water miscible organic solvent, that is dimethyl sulfoxide. Dimethyl sulfoxide means dimethyl CH3, CH3. This is the dimethyl sulfoxide. Dimethyl sulfoxide. Next, dimethyl acetamide. Okay, remove it. Okay, dimethyl acetamide. This is the acetal, amino acetal. Okay, this is the dimethyl acetamide. Okay, next dimethyl, here you can place the F. F means dimethyl formamide. Dimethyl formamide. Dimethyl formamide. You place the H means dimethyl formamide. Okay, dimethyl acetamide. Methyl acetamide. Dimethyl formamide. Next, this is the dimethyl sulfoxide. Okay, next propylene glycol. You know that twin, you know the structure of twin. Okay, twin 80. Next, this is the ESIC pharmacist, 2019 question paper. They asked which penetration enhancing agent used. Okay, in transdermal patches, that's twin 80. Okay, propylene glycol. Okay, propylene glycol. What is glycol? Molecule containing two hydroxyl groups. Okay, that's why CH2OH, CH2OH. Molecule containing two hydroxyl glycol, three hydroxyl glycerol. That's why how many carbons? 1, 2, 3. 3 means propylene glycol. Propylene glycol. Okay. These all agents can enhance the penetration of the drug through skin by dissolving the lipids. Once again, friends, the mechanism is dissolving the lipids. How? By addition of the water miscible organic solvent. Example: DMSO, DMF, DMA, phenol propylene glycol. Okay, what are the examples I am saying? So that are exactly asking repeatedly in uh, so exactly that are the options in a NIPER question paper. NIPER question papers. Okay, next. Shivani Achanta wire PPT. What does it mean for PPT? Okay, first one is completed. Okay, next one is the without disturbing the lipids, without disturbing the lipids, without disturbing the lipids, without disturbing the lipids. How can I increase the penetration of drug through skin? Drug means hydrophilic drug. Skin means stratum corneum. Okay, because that is only rate limiting barrier. Once the drug is crossed the lipophilic layer, the entire region, the remaining region is friendly with the drug, because that environment is polar, drug also polar. Okay, that's why it jump into the blood. Okay, that's why the major difficulty faced by the hydrophilic drug only at lipophilic layer. Okay, that is stratum corneum. Okay, now that's why without disturbing the lipid structure, how can you increase the penetration? Observe friends, by addition of the surfactants, so once you add the surfactants, observe friends, actually here this is a drug having the lipophilicity is very less. Now I am increasing the lipophilicity. How? By addition of surfactant. Observe, this is surfactant containing polar group and non-polar group. Polar group facing towards the water. Okay, polar group facing towards the drug. Okay, the drug aqueous solution. Whereas non-polar groups are exposed outside, main surface. Now tell me friends, stratum corneum lipophilic, outer surface, the surface of this drug lipophilic, surrounding environment lipophilic, the surface of the drug lipophilic, the surrounding environment lipophilic. That's what can easily cross, and screen is not clear. Uh, Friends, tell me, is not visible? Clear, sir. Actually, Shivani, you are something wrong with you. Okay, because your network is somewhat problem. Okay, everyone saying visible, sir, clearly. Okay, Shivani, please check it. Okay, check it. Okay. Next one is so next. This is the aqueous drug solution. Okay, itself unable to cross the lipophilic layer, Shivani, you are using mobile. Okay. No. Okay. This is the drug, okay, hydrophilic drug itself unable to cross the membrane. Okay, so stratum corneum. That's why I want to impart some lipophilicity. How it possible? By addition of lipophilic surfactant. Okay, if we add the lipophilic surfactant, the polar heads will face towards the drug solution, whereas non-polar groups will be on surface. Okay, the surface is non-polar and the layer also non-polar. Like this also like, that's why it can carry this layer, this surfactant layer will carry the drug, at the edge of this stratum corneum, it can releases the drug. Okay, what a beautiful mechanism it is. Okay, that's why here there is no damage to lipid, there is no damage to fiber, skin layers as it is. But so just tell me which is superb mechanism, friends, which is superb mechanism out of these two, which is superb mechanism? Which is the super mechanism? Either by addition of organic solvent, water miscible organic solvent, or by addition of surfactants. Wow, by addition of surfactants. Which surfactants are most commonly used, sir? Simply soap or detergent. Okay, which is only applied on your skin surface. Applied on your skin surface. Okay. Next. Next. This is also completed. Next, third one is. Third one is addition of next hydration of stratum corneum. Sir, what is this, sir? Always you are focusing on lipids only. What about fiber, sir? What about fiber? Because lipids will be frustrated every time. Pharmacist focus only lipid. Okay. So what mistake I done? Okay, so that's why. So what about fiber? Then immediately pharmacist targeted towards the target is towards the lip mem fiber. That fiber, okay, observe that fiber. Uh, Actually, friends, under normal condition at room temperature, the moisture content in striatum corneum is just 5 to 10%. Meaning, if collect the striatum corneum, their dry weight is 100 grams. You can consider 100 grams. Okay, so out of 100 grams, 5 to 10 grams, 5 to 10 gram is occupied by water. Due to very less amount of moisture, the fibers are tightly, densely packed. Tightly, densely packed. Observe. So this is the densely packed. Okay, densely packed. Due to through this dense packing, the aqueous drug solutions are unable to penetrate. Now I want to lose it. I want to lose it. Okay, how I can lose that fiber structure? Okay, just by increasing the moisture up to 50%. If we increase the moisture levels up to 50%, what happens? In presence of higher amount of moisture, the keratin fibers will drink the moisture, will drink the water. So, Parnika, if you drink the water, your stomach size. Faiza, if you drink water, your stomach size increase. Your stomach size increase or your stomach dissolve in water. Your your stomach size increase or your stomach dissolve in water. Stomach size increase. Likewise, here also keratin fiber cannot dissolve in water. Just it can drink the water. It can drink the water but not dissolve in water. For example, charcoal powder. If we add the charcoal powder to water, the charcoal powder will drink that water. But that charcoal powder never dissolved in water because that is a carbons. Okay, that's the friends. Here also the keratin fiber. But friends, Divyani will drink so friend Divyani, you can drink minimum how much amount of water? Divyani, you can drink minimum how much of amount of? If I give the one spatula of water, you will take that one spatula of water? No. Divyani, tell me. So you take minimum how much amount of water? Minimum. So in your home, you are drinking water. Okay. Parnika, you can drink 2 to 3 liters at a time. Parnika, you can drink 2 to 3 liters at a time. I am asking one single time, one glass of water. His answer is excellent, yeah, okay, because that natural thing, na. So you take one glass of water, yes, one glass of water, okay. So minimum is one glass of water. If anybody will give the 1 cup of water, means immediately you can have full, okay. So is it correct? So you are taking, you are giving the water in a cup? No. So always water will be given in glass. Tea will be given in cup. Syrup will be given in a spatula, okay, or a chammach, okay. That's why. So there is some words are very important, okay. That's why syrup, spoon, syrup, spoon, okay. Tea, coffee. Tea, coffee, cup, okay. Whereas water always in glass, always in a glass. That's why keratin also don't take the spoon, okay. Don't take the teacup, okay. So it will take the water. So how much water? Minimum it will take the 50%. Whenever there is availability of water in striatum corneum up to 50%, meaning out of 100 grams of dry weight of striatum corneum, if it containing 50 gram of water, then only keratin fibers start to drink and prone to swelling. While swelling, what happens, friends? The gap will be increased. Fluidity of this membrane, will be increased. Okay, fluidity of the membrane increase through these gaps, because that gap is occupied by water. Okay, some amount of water enter into this keratin fiber, some amount will occupy this inter fiber space. Okay, thereby the drug rapidly pass through these spaces and enter into blood more amount. Okay, bioavailability rapidly increases. Now my target is how can you increase the moisture content up to 50%? How it possible? How is it possible? You can add 1 mug of water from outside into your skin. Is it possible? Even single droplet of water can't enter from outside to inside. Okay, because already the striatum corneum taken a oath. till my last breath, till my last breath, I can't allow any component from outside to inside, outside to inside. That was already taken by the stratum corneum. That's why. So the moisture cannot be, the water cannot be added from outside into the skin. Then, sir, how it possible, sir? Then how you can increase the moisture content 5 to 10% to 50%, 5% to 50%, 5% to 50% means how many times increase? 10 times the moisture inside the skin increase. How it possible? That is increase the moisture content in stratum corneum is called as hydration. Called as hydration means addition of water. So, but it is impossible to add the water from outside into skin. Okay, then sir, how it possible means? Then I will say. So here this is the water. Friends, observe. This is the path. This is the this is the way. Okay, this is already reserved for. This is reserved for. This is reserved for. This region is reserved for water. This region is reserved for water. Okay, that is only unidirectional, only in a forward direction, only in a forward direction. Okay, so but the friends observe here. So if we apply the greasy layer, if we apply the greasy film, if we apply the greasy film, what happens? The water is passes enter. Once it reaches to the edge of the stratum corneum, tell me this greasy film can repel the water, attract the water, repel the water, but the repelled water cannot move backward direction. Okay, because so already there is a this path is reserved only for water that will always move in forward direction. There is no backward direction. That's why most of the water will be deposited in between the greasy layer and the stratum corneum. In between the greasy layer and the stratum corneum. Okay, so exactly I will show. Exactly I will show like this. This is partitioned between this one. Because this greasy substance repel the water. Okay, that's why. So observe friends here. So that's why this greasy. That's why, sir, how can I increase the moisture content in stratum corneum up to 50% by applying the greasy substance, by applying the greasy film? You can apply coconut oil, you can apply castor oil, you can apply any greasy substances. That greasy substance always repel the water, repel the water. So the repelled water must be partitioned between the skin surface and greasy film. That's why due to this moisture, that moisture rapidly taken up by these keratin fibers and prone to swelling, so if it will be prone to swelling, the spaces between the fibers will be increased. Through the spaces, the drug will be penetrated and more amount will be entered into blood, more amount will be entered into blood. the process of hydration of stratum corneum, the process of hydration of skin or the process of hydration of stratum corneum by applying greasy film is known as emolliency. Once again, the process of hydration of stratum corneum by applying greasy film known as emolliency, and the greasy film forming agent is called as emollient. Greasy film forming agent is called as emollient. Okay, Patrika, you please tell me, emollients always increase the moisture content in your stratum corneum or decrease the moisture content in your stratum corneum? Increase the moisture content in your stratum corneum. That's why one more word for emollient is, one more word for emollient is, the synonym for emollient is moisturizer. The synonym for emollient is a moisturizer. Moisturizer means increase the moisture content in a stratum corneum. Okay, so that's why every greasy substance is called as emollient. Every greasy substance is called as emollient. Why? Because upon application of this greasy substance that can repel the moisture, that moisture will be partitioned between greasy substance and skin surface. Okay, thereby the moisture levels will be increase. Okay, now friends, observe the skin thickness will be the stratum corneum thickness also. Observe here the in this diagram. Observe the variation. In this, what happens? This is the thickness of the stratum corneum. Okay, upon increasing the moisture content, the thickness also increase. The thickness also increase. Why? Because the keratin fibers are prone to swelling. Okay, friends, actually, whenever the moisture content increases in your skin surface, like moisture also one of the reflected. Okay, once the light incident on the moisture, what happen? It can scatter the light. Once the light scattering is more, your face brightness also more, your face glossiness also more. That's why whenever Divyani, Ankita, if you apply the moisturizer, okay, then come to the sunlight, immediately your face becomes glossy. Okay, so the glossiness is mainly because of one is greasy film, one more is the moisture. Okay, so the moisture also having ability to scatter the light. Moisture also having ability to scatter the light. That's why one side greasy film can scatter the light. Another side moisture also scatter the light. Thereby your face how much handsome gents, how much beautiful ladies. Okay, for that purpose only, actually you applying the fairness creams, that is Fair and Lovely and Fair and Handsome. Okay, don't apply that Fair and Lovely, Fair and Handsome just early morning. Early morning. Sir, early morning, so early morning. So just you apply the castor oil or cotton seed oil or simply coconut oil. Okay, and wash your face. Wash your face after 1 hour. Wash your face and come to the college. Okay, everyone will observe your face. Okay, hey, Parnika, today your face is somewhat glossy. Yaar, what happened? Yaar, okay, Gaurav, your face is somewhat glossy. Yaar, what happened? Okay, nothing. Yaar, nothing. Hey, which cream you are applying? Please tell me. Tell me. Arey, which is no cream. Okay, actually in Santur ad. So that advertisement is there. Okay, Gaurav, what is? Tell me what is the Santur ad? Advertisement. Santur advertisement. Advertisement. One lady will come asking, you are belongs to which college? Me college. No, okay, mummy. Okay, this is the advertisement. Okay, mummy ad. Okay, likewise, here also uh, Parnika, so don't spend more amount on cosmetics. Okay, more amount on cosmetics. So to buy the that is Fair and Handsome and Fair and Lovely, just you can buy the just oil, that is the you can simply coconut oil. You have to apply the coconut early morning. Okay, then otherwise at the night before sleeping, just you apply the oil and sleep well, and early morning wash it. Baap re baap, itna glossy, wow. Okay. That glossiness is mainly because of this moisture, friends. Okay, Bopre 50%, up to 50% of moisture. As the moisture content increases, the reflection tendency, scattering tendency increases. The glossiness also increases. Okay. उजाला अच्छा उजाला भी ऐड है हाँ टाइड भी ऐड है टाइड का ऐड ओके तो टाइड का सोप ऐसा बीच में ऐसा चले जाता है ओके वो अवाक होता है ओके दैट्स व्हाई लाइक Okay, friends. Tell me, friends, out of these three mechanism, which is the most cheapest and best? Cheapest and best. Cheapest and best. Out of three mechanisms, three skin penetration, the cheapest and best. Wow, 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 wow. Yes. Sir, will you please tell me one more mechanism, sir? Is highly interesting, sir. No, yeah, because pharmacist invention is stopped with emollient. Okay, emollient. That's why I think it is a good opportunity to my students. Okay, you may try to. Actually, friends, what happened here? My targets only two. One is the lipid, another one is the fiber. Already, first two mechanisms targeting the lipid, and next third mechanism targeting the fiber. Then, how could you increase? How can you invent the one more mechanism? Okay, it's not possibility because only two components are there. Already three mechanisms are available. Okay, next. So once again, what is the emolliency? What is the emolliency? Emolliency is the process of hydration of stratum. Emolliency is the process of hydration of stratum corneum. Right? Hydration means attachment of moisture, attachment of water, addition of water. So don't consider addition means of not from outside, yeah. Okay, not from outside. Okay, so addition of moisture. Okay, so increasing the moisture levels in stratum corneum by applying the greasy film is known as emolliency, and the greasy film forming agent is called as emollient, also called as a moisturizer, also called as moisture. That's why the drug can be incorporated into the greasy base. Drug is aqueous drug solution incorporated in greasy base. How, sir, it possible? That can be explained in a next slides. Okay, next slides. Okay, in a ointment basis, I will explain how the aqueous drug solutions are incorporated into greasy bases. I will explain. Okay, but here simple thing is, yes, if we apply the greasy film, then the moisture content increases. As the moisture levels in the stratum corneum increases, the drug also dissolved in water. That's why like dissolves, like the drug rapidly run and jump into blood. Okay, this is penetration enhancing mechanism completed. Penetration enhancers also completed. Penetration enhancing completed. Uh, Avinash, I will complete. Yeah, stay, wait. I will complete. Okay, everything. Yeah, GPAT, NIPER. So in India, any examination that must be every bit must be from my chapters only, from my material only. So it is pakka. It is pakka. But that's why don't miss the classes. Okay, don't miss the classes, especially Supix class, because your rank decidement. Okay, single digit rank is possible only with the pharmaceutics. 100% you can listen the pharmaceutics, and all remaining lectures also you have to complete. So Hyderabad Academy, every class is very important. Okay, that's why. So don't so be regular. Okay, otherwise you only lost. Okay. So friends, once again observe the mechanisms are completed. What a beautiful structures they are. Okay, wow, nice. Okay, that's why. So drug itself is unable to cross the lipophilic layer, that is stratum corneum. That's why they need help of pharmacist. Okay, then pharmacist, how can increase the penetration of the drug? First one is dissolving the lipids. How? By addition of water miscible organic solvent. Second one is decreasing the interfacial tension, because the drug is aqueous in nature, whereas the membrane is lipophilic in nature. That's why these are two immiscible liquids. How can you reduce the interfacial tension? Interfacial tension by addition of the surfactant. Okay, that's why interfacial tension always reduced by surfactants. Okay, next one is simply just you increase the moisture content in stratum corneum, thereby fluidity of the stratum corneum increases. The fibers becomes loosen, thereby the space will be increased. The penetration of drug also increase. So the substances are called as emollients. Okay, so these three are called as mechanisms, penetration enhancing mechanisms, whereas these three are called as penetration enhancing agents. Okay, that's why it is called as simply penetration enhancers, or simply called as in NIPER 2008. They asked that which one of the following is a skin accelerant. So penetration enhancers also called as skin accelerants. Skin accelerants. Okay. So acceleration means enhancement of penetration of drug through skin. Skin means stratum corneum. Okay, stratum corneum. Okay. With this, the penetration enhancing mechanisms and penetration enhancing agents also completed. Friends, any doubt regarding the penetration enhancing mechanisms and penetration enhancers? Any doubt, friends? Any doubt? Any doubt? No. Okay. May I go for next slide? Okay. Okay. Next. Uh, Friends, actually, what happened, friends? Langerhans cells. Langerhans cells are responsible for Langerhans cells, responsible for immunity. Immunity. But which is sensitive to UV light, which sensitive to UV light. This is destroyed by UV light. But God grace, God given one gift, God given one gift, that is the melanocytes, melanocytes, melanocytes. I want to express some important points regarding melanocytes, friends. Okay, melanocytes. Melanocytes. This is the melanocyte. This is the nucleus. This is the melanin pigment. This is the melanin pigment. Melanin pigment. Okay, the cytoplasm rich in melanin pigment. This melanin pigment can absorb the high toxic UV radiation. High toxic UV radiation, because the toxic UV radiation will cause the destruction of Langerhans cell. When the Langerhans cell is die, that death of that Langerhans cell can be observed as a red wrinkle, red spot on your skin surface. Okay, that is called as sunburn. That is called as sunburn. Yeah, burning of cells. Which cells? Langerhans cells. Langerhans cells. Okay, burning of Langerhans cells can be appears in the form of red wrinkles, red spots. Okay. Now, friends, tell me. So, sir, tell me which UV rays will actually to synthesize this melanin pigment. So, synthesize this melanin pigment by the nucleus. To synthesize this melanin pigment by the nucleus, it also need some UV rays. It also need a UV rays. UV rays. UV rays. Okay. So actually melanin pigment will be synthesized, okay, by the nucleus in the inside the nucleus and released into cytoplasm. From the cytoplasm it can be released out. Okay, it will be released out. Released out. That released melanin pigment can absorb the toxic UV radiations. Absorb the toxic UV radiations. Toxic UV radiations. Here, friends, observe here, to synthesize the melanin pigment need UV rays. To release the melanin pigment need UV rays, and to absorb and the melanin pigment again absorb the UV rays. That's why here importance is for UV rays. That's why I want to express some important points regarding the UV radiations. UV radiations. Tell me what is the UV region of sunlight? UV region of sunlight. Okay, this is sunlight. Once the sunlight come from the sun surface, okay, that containing the UV region of 15 to 400 nanometer. 15 to 400 nanometer. 15 to 400 nanometer. But so, friends, what is the relationship between wavelength and energy? Wavelength and energy. Relation between wavelength and energy. This is the wavelength is small. Wavelength is large. So what is the relationship between wavelength and energy? So inversely related, inversely related. That's why if the wavelength is less small, energy is large. Energy is large. If the wavelength is a large, energy is a small. That's why. So this is the small wavelength, also called as high energetic UV rays. This is the large wavelength UV, also called as low energetic UV radiation. That's why, friends, this high energy means 15 nanometer reach to the earth surface, rapidly rise the body, atmospheric temperature. Atmospheric temperature, thereby it will cause a global warming. That's why there is no survival for living things on the surface. But God gift, yeah, God gift. So atmosphere, Earth is surrounded by. Earth is surrounded by. Earth is surrounded by. This is the Earth surrounded by. Earth is surrounded by Gaurav. No ozone. Now, what is the Gaurav? Earth is surrounded by ozone. You are inhaling the ozone. Ozone. Now you are staying in ozone layer. Very good. Parnika, excellent. Okay, atmosphere, friends. Okay, you can say atmosphere. The atmosphere means nothing but gases here. Okay, the atmosphere is composed of how many layers? First layer is called as a troposphere, where you are staying, troposphere, where you are staying. Second layer is called as stratosphere, where flights will travel, stratosphere. Okay, so stratosphere. Next, ionosphere. Okay, ionosphere, where all atmospheric gas is prone to ionization. Okay, so ionization means the O2 becomes O minus, O plus. Okay, that's why. So carbon dioxide means C plus, O2, O minus, O plus. Likewise, all gases becomes ionized. That is called as ionosphere. Means where the temperature will be more. During that at higher temperature, all gases will be becomes burned and produce the charges. Okay. Next, this stratosphere, 90% of stratosphere composed of ozone, where the flights will travel. Okay, so composed of ozone. Okay, ozone. That's why this ozone layer. What is the function of ozone layer? Ozone can absorb high toxic UV radiation. Highly toxic UV radiation means high energetic UV radiation. High energetic UV radiation. That's why these high energetic are also called as small wavelength UV radiations are largely absorbed by stratosphere. Friends, say thanks to stratosphere. Say thanks to stratosphere. Without stratosphere, without stratosphere, there is no living things on Earth surface. There is no living things on Earth surface. Okay, say thanks to stratosphere. Say thanks to stratosphere. While you are traveling in a flight, okay, you give kiss to that layer. Okay, that layer. Okay, stratosphere. Okay, that's why. So strato. Okay, wow, what a beautiful word, stratosphere. Strato. Okay. Okay. So everyone will love the stratosphere. Okay. Nowadays, but what happened, unfortunately, everyone using the deodorants. Okay, most of the carbon contaminants that will cause the damage to the ozone. Damage to the ozone means yourself, you're spoiling your life, life. Okay, so even barish chal raha tha, even heavy rain is continuous, but everyone will switch on the ACs, switch on the coolers. Okay, switch on the coolers. That's why. So don't because if you have any money, okay, so keep it with you, but you are doing a damage to stratosphere, that is harmful to everyone. That's why, friends, you just think, okay, in which time you can utilize the AC, or you can which time you use the coolers. So just think it. Okay, just think it. Every time don't use the ACs, coolers, fridges. Okay, like because that always release the chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, or carbon monoxide. Okay, that's why ozone. Next, friends, the stratosphere will absorb the high energetic UV radiation. That's our what is the high energetic UV radiation, which is the low energetic UV radiation. So that can be classified. That's why, for easy understanding purpose, myself can easily divided the UV radiations into three parts. Okay. For easy understanding purpose, UV radiation range is divided into three parts. One is the 15 to 290 nanometer, 15 to 290 nanometer. Second one is the 290 to 320 nanometer. Third one is the 320 to 400 nanometer. Okay, 320 to 400 nanometer. Okay, This 15 to 290 nanometer is absorbed by stratosphere, absorbed by stratosphere. That's why it cannot allow. So stratosphere taken both, stratosphere taken both. Till my last breath, till my last breath, I can't allow this 15 to 290 nanometers of UV radiations, because that is toxic to our best friends, that is human beings. That's why I can't allow. Okay, that's why. So stratosphere taken the rigid oath, that is I can't allow the 15 to 290. This is largely absorbed by ozone. Okay, then that's why. So this region is not available on Earth surface. Then which region is available on Earth surface? 290 to 400 nanometer. 290 to 400 nanometer is available on Earth surface. On Earth surface. Okay, that's tell me with some few points regarding 15 to 290 nanometer. Okay, this 15 to 290 nanometer means this is highly energetic. Is small energetic. Okay, this is high, a very small energy. Okay, these high energetic rays, sometimes friends, these high energetic rays are not available on Earth's surface. Okay, I agree, but in hospitals and in restaurants, we have to maintain the sterility, we have to maintain the sanity. Okay, so how can you maintain the sterility in that area, by using disinfectants, by using disinfectant? How can you sanitize, or how can you sterilize the working area? Okay, working area, that is like in cooking rooms or in hospital environment. Okay, so that's why. So here, which is the disinfectant? This is high energetic UV radiations are used as a disinfectant to kill the microorganism, also called as germicidal, okay, sir. Is it 50 to 290 nanometer entire region is used as a germicidal? No, friends. Okay, no. Okay, which regions are actually? Here I will write. Okay, 260 to 270 nanometer generally used as a 260 to 270 nanometer of UV radiations. UV radiations are germicidal. Is germicidal. Sir, it is not available on Earth surface, na sir. Then how can I produce 260 to 270 nanometer, which is kill the microorganisms? That is to release this one. I will use the artificial lamps. That is carbon arc, xenon arc. Arc means heated filament. Okay, or deuterium arc means heated filament. Okay, heated filament, deuterium arc. It can liberate the UV region of 260 to 270 nanometer, 260 to 270 nanometers. Okay, 260 to 270 nanometer. So friends, sir, tell me, what is the mechanism of sterilization? What is the mechanism of how it can kill the microbial cells? How can it prevent the microbial growth? Okay, for example, friends, this is the DNA. This is the microbial cell. Once you pass the UV rays, this is the UV rays. Okay, this is the UV rays. Once you pass the UV rays, okay, it will enter into the cytoplasm, where and next enter into the nucleus, where DNA will be present. The DNA means uh, DNA means abbreviation deoxy DNA DNA deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, so deoxyribonucleic acid, friends, deoxyribonucleic acid, this is a nucleic acid containing nucleic acids containing the some bases, that is the nucleic base, that is the purines and pyrimidine bases. Friends, observe here, adenine, guanine are the purines. Guanine is a purine that is attached to pyrimidines. Pyrimidines means cytosine and thymine. These are the pyrimidine bases. Purine and pyrimidine bases are held with hydrogen bonds. Held with hydrogen bonds. Now you pass the UV radiations. What happened? What happened? Observe, friends. This is the DNA. Uh, this is the adenine. This is the thymine. Thyme. This is the guanine. This is the cytosine. So these are the pyrimidines and these are the purines. These two are held with the hydrogen bonds. Held with the hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bond. Okay. Once you pass the UV radiations, what happen? Once you pass the UV radiations, uh, once you pass this UV radiation 260 to 270 nanometer through this DNA, what happened? The hydrogen bonds will be overly vibrated. Why overly vibrated? Why overly vibrated? You continuously pass the UV radiations. Okay, 260 to 270 nanometer. The vibrations will be continuous, increase. Once the vibrations are reached to peak stage, these bonds will be breakdown. The bonds will be breakdown. The bonds will be breakdown. Actually, so in elementary classes we heard that one soldiers are at a time will do the march. Okay, march fast. Okay, march fast on bridge. What happened, friends? At a time, all soldiers will do march fast at a time. What happened? The bridge will be. The bridge will be. The bridge will be breakdown because while they're doing march fast, their frequency and the vibration of the bridge frequency is exactly equal, called as resonance. Once it reaches to the resonance, immediately the bridge will be collapsed. Likewise, the vibrations of this radiation, this is the vibration. Simply in physics, vibrations denoted like this. Okay. Once this vibration frequency and the hydrogen bond frequency, vibrational frequency of hydrogen bonds is exactly matches. Thereby the bonds will be breakdown. Okay, once the bonds are breakdown, then what happens? Then what happens? What happens? What happens? Observe this one. This is the adenine. This is the guanine. This is the thymine. This is the cytosine. Okay, the bonds are breakdown. Okay, once you stop the passage of the UV radiations, then there is automatically formation of hydrogen bonds between three hydrogen bonds between adenine and guanine. Okay, so the hydrogen bonds formed between adenine guanine means purines, between purines, and between pyrimidines. Actually, friends, tell me, it is an active DNA or inactive DNA? Shavad, tell me, so it is active DNA or inactive DNA? Active DNA means there is a hydrogen bonds between a purine and pyrimidine. Now there is a formation of hydrogen bonds between purine, pyrimidine. Purine, pyrimidine. Active, inactive. That's why next from DNA there is a formation of RNA. This RNA also inactive. Once the RNA, next it is formation of protein. That protein also inactive. Having no functionality. DNA to RNA called as a transcription. Okay, RNA to protein is called as translation. This is a transcription. This is a translation. Okay, that's why. So the formed RNA is a default RNA, where formed protein is default protein that having no activity. Friends, these all proteins are enzymes. Enzymes. Okay, that is helpful in the metabolic activity of the microbial cell. Because like you also take the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Who will digest these things? Who will break down that large starch grains into smaller? Who will break down that large chapati into small pieces? Okay, that is enzymes. Enzymes are proteins. How the proteins are produced? From RNA. How the RNA is produced? From DNA. Okay, so once you do the damage to DNA, there is a formation of default RNA, means inactive RNA. There is a formation of default protein, means protein having no activity. Now tell me friends, now microorganism also eat a breakfast, eat a lunch, eat a dinner. Tell me, is it digested? Is it digested? Is it digested? No. Why? Because that is a suitable enzymes are not present. Not present. Now tell me, there is a growth for cell or no growth for cell? Growth for cell, no growth for cell. Growth for cell, no growth for cell. That's why UV rays always say hi to microbial cell, bye to microbial cell. Hi to microbial cell, bye to microbial cell. Bye, 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 bye. Okay. Bye to microbial cell. How it can say bye? Just damaging the DNA. Just damaging the DNA. How it damages the DNA? By forming dimers. By forming dimers. Which dimers? Purine, purine, pyrimidine, pyrimidine. Purine, purine, pyrimidine, pyrimidine dimers. Okay. The mechanism of UV sterilization is a formation of dimers. Formation of dimers. Which dimers? Purine, purine dimer, pyrimidine, pyrimidine dimer. Thereby there is a formation of inactive DNA, inactive RNA, inactive protein. That inactive protein having no activities. That is why there is no multiplication. One cell becomes 2, no. 2 become 4, no. 4 become 8, no. Impossible. Okay, this is the mechanism involved in UV sterilization. Okay, UV sterilization. Which UV rays will show this activity? 260 to 270 nanometer, 262, which is generated by carbon arc, xenon arc, deuterium arc. But friends, what happened? Friends, nowadays these UV lamps are not recommended. These UV lamps are not recommended. Why, sir? Why? What happens, sir? So mechanism is excellent, sir. Then why they are not recommended? Why? Because friends, observe 260 nanometer, 260 nanometer, and 270 nanometer. Observe the variation. Observe the variation. This is the 260 nanometer, means a small wavelength. This is the 270 nanometer, large wavelength. Tell me, energy is more for 260, less for 270. Now friends, once you pass the high energy followed by low energy, if we pass the high energy followed by low energy, immediately the cell develop the resistant coat, called as spore, If we provide a gap, observe, the cell will be exposed to first the high energy followed by low energy, high energy followed by low energy. During this gap, there is a development of resistant coat. How it will be resistant coat? You can observe. This is the resistant coat. Rigid wall will be formed just within that gap. Okay, within that gap. Okay, it form a resistant coat. But UV rays cannot pass through the spores. Okay, so microbial cell will say, hey, so it is not our favorable environment. In this time we will in a sleeping mode. Okay, इस वक्त हम थोड़ा सा चुप रहना ठीक रहता है. Okay, अगर हम कुछ भी कोशिश किया था ना, जान ले लेगा कौन? UV rays. Okay, so that's why this is not a good time for the growth. It is not good time for the growth because microbial cell also is intelligent. Yeah. Okay, so if microbial cell is so much intelligent than human being, That's why he will say, hey, it is not a correct time for the growth. That's why. So at this time we will go for underground. Underground means form a rigid coat. Okay, so but UV rays cannot pass this because it cannot pass the rigid coat because this DNA, this microbial cell will be well protected by this tough layer called as spore. Okay, now tell me friends, this tough layer, why the microbial cell form this spore? Because you are applying the variable energy, you are applying variable wavelength. If we apply only single wavelength, then it can supply continuously constant amount of energy. There is no possibility of gap, there is no possibility to develop a spore. That's why nowadays these all are outdated. Now only one UV lamp is utilized, that is a mercury vapor lamp. It can emit a UV radiation of 253.7 nanometer. Excellent. Okay, so Now onwards, you use only UV sterilization, means you can use the UV lamp, mercury vapor lamp, and the wavelength is 253.7 nanometer. It show maximum germicidal action, maximum germicidal action. This is the 2010 GPAD question, 2010 GPAD question. Which wavelength of UV radiation show maximum germicidal activity? 253.7 nanometer. Sir, it can emit only single wavelength. Yes, absolutely, it can emit a single wavelength. That's why it is called as wavelength. Chromo means chromo. Wavelength is called as chromo. Single called as mono. That's why monochromatic wavelength is emitted by only mercury vapor lamp. Once again, monochromatic wavelength, monochromatic light, monochromatic. Mono means single. Chromo means wavelength. So single wavelength is emitted by which UV lamp? Mercury vapor lamp. That's why nowadays all UV lamps which is used in hospitals, in restaurants, that belongs to mercury vapor lamp, that is in blue color lamp. Blue color lamp. Okay. That emit a UV radiation of 253 nanometer continuously. Okay, that's why then this DNA is continuously exposed to the constant energy, constant energy, constant energy. That's why there is no gap. That's why due to lack of gap, due to so समय तो चाहिए ना ग्रो कोड बनने के लिए. So हमेशा so house बनाने के लिए भी थोड़ा समय चाहिए. Okay, so to build the home, okay, it needs some time, but here that time is not given by this 253.7 nanometer. Continuously the microbial cell will be exposed to the constant amount of energy supplied by 253.7 nanometer. That's why there is no survival for microbial cell. There is no possibility of growth. Okay, friends, is it clear? Is it clear, friends? Friends, any doubts? Any doubts regarding UV sterilization? I will complete the sterilization where it is needed, where it is needed. Okay, but I can't put the heading of sterilization chapter. So I do. So next. Okay. So now onwards, UV lamp means mercury vapor lamp. UV wavelength means 253.7 nanometer, which is a maximum germicidal in nature. Okay. This is the structure. Okay. This is the DNA. So these balls are hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds. Once you pass the UV radiations, what happens? First formed bond between pyrimidine and pyrimidine, because pyrimidines can highly absorb the 253.7 nanometer than purines. That's why, sir, which bases immediately will respond? That is a pyrimidine base. In that pyrimidine base, which fastly responds are thymine. Okay, so thymine. Okay, that's why in most of the standard textbook they will say the mechanism of sterilization, mechanism of UV sterilization is formation of thymine dimer, thymine dimer, thymine dimer, thymine dimer, thymine dimer. Likewise, they will pronounce. But in general, we can say dimers will be formed between purine, pyrimidine, pyrimidine. Okay, that's why thymine. Thymine absorb 253 nanometers. Okay, so fastly absorb as compared with cytosine, as compared with guanine, as compared with the adenine. That's why here there is a hydrogen bond will be developed between thymine to thymine. First breakable bond set thymine. First breakable bond set thymine. First formed bond also between thymine. Okay. This is the cell. Next, okay. So friends, completed. Completed. Okay. Next. Time 8:30. Okay. Okay. Next. Yeah. Whenever your college time, so 8:45, 8:55, 8:60, 56. Likewise, you please remember me. Okay, friends. Please remember me. Next. Next. This is about UV. No, This one is completed. Next, the UV region which is reached to the eighth surface, reached the eighth surface. Okay, 290 to 320, 320 to 400. Okay, friends, 290 to 320 and 320 to 400 nanometer. This is very dangerous, friends. Okay, out of this entire region, this is very, very dangerous, very, very dangerous. Okay, this is idiot, stupid. Okay, stupid. Okay, so always give us more problems to pharmaceutical manufacturers. Okay, more problems to pharmaceutical manufacturer. That is, first, photo degradation of drugs. Photo degradation of drugs. Already I told you, friends, a drug becomes unstable by losing its electron. Losing of electron is called as oxidation, but drug itself never try to lose its electron, but some factors will stimulate. One is the light, second one is the metal. Third one is the oxygen or radicals. Okay, Faiza, tell me, so if the oxidation takes place in presence of light, then that oxidation is called as Faiza. That oxidation is called as photo-oxidation. In presence of metal, that oxidation is called as, in presence of metal, that oxidation is called as, in presence of metal, the oxidation is called as, what is Soumya? Okay, Faiza. Okay, don't hurt me, Faiza. Okay, now metal catalyzed oxidation, also called as chain initiation. Okay, metal catalyzed oxidation, also called chain initiation. Oxidation takes place in presence of oxygen or radical, called as auto-oxidation or rancidity, also called as chain propagation. Already is completed in entire thing in a complexation chapter. Okay, that's why in presence of light, photo-oxidation. In presence of metal catalyzed oxidation, also called as chain initiation. In presence of oxygen or radical, called as chain propagation, also called as auto-oxidation, also called as rancidity. Here I am discussing regarding photo-oxidations. Okay, which photo, which light? This light is UV light. Which UV light? This is a 290 to 320 nanometer. Okay, 390 to 220 nanometer. Okay. Uh, this is the most dangerous UV radiations. Okay, this light is 290 to 320 nanometer. Now friends, tell me, photo decomposition caused by which light? UV light. Which UV? 290 to 320 nanometer. Now tell me, friends, how can you protect this? How can you protect the drugs from photo oxidation? How can you protect the drug from now seen, don't say amber color. I am not asking example. So you can say light resistant container. What is Shivani? Why are you saying melanin pigment? Is it melanin pigment is added to drug? Melanin pigment can protect your skin. Okay, light resistant container. That is the correct answer. Light resistant container. Okay, what is light resistant container? The BP given exact meaning. BP means British Pharmacopoeia given exact meaning. Light resistant container. Light resistant container is the one which can either absorb, or it can scatter the UV radiation of 290 to 320 nanometer, but it cannot permit this 290 to 320 nanometer into the inside the container. Okay, into the product. That's why light resistant container is the container whose walls cannot allow the passage of 290 to 320 nanometer. This is the exact definition given by British Pharmacopoeia. Once again, friends, what is light resistant container as per BP? Light resistant container as per BP. The container walls cannot allow passage of 290 to 320 nanometers. Okay, next. Now I am asking example for light resistant container means you can say amber color glass. Okay, amber color glass. That's what is completed. Next, it is also responsible sunburns. Sunburns, already I told you, sunburns is due to the death of Langerhans cells caused by UV light. Which light? UV light 290 to 320 nanometer. Okay, 290 to 320 nanometer. That's why this 292 nanometer is largely absorbed by. Now, Shivani, you can say. Shivani say this is that Langerhans cells are protected by, your skin is protected from sunburn by melanin pigment. By melanin pigment. What melanin pigment? This is the nucleus. Okay, this is the melanin pigment. Friends, to synthesize this melanin pigment, it also need UV radiation. Which UV radiation? This UV radiation. To synthesize the melanin pigment, it need UV radiation of 320 to 400 nanometer, 320 to 400 nanometer. Once synthesis takes place, then it can be released out. It can be released out. It can be released out. This released melanin pigment can absorb. This released melanin pigment can be absorbed. This one, 290 to 320 nanometer. 320 nanometer. Okay, friends, once again, observe friends, once again, nucleus can synthesize the melanin pigment with the help of 320 to 400 nanometer, with the help of 320 to 400 nanometer. After synthesis, it can release melanin pigment from cell into outside. Next, once it come out, okay, once it will be exited, this melanin pigment can absorb the 290 to 320 nanometer, thereby Langerhans cells are well protected. But this process takes 2 to 3 days, friends. This process will take 2 to 3 days. So first of all, synthesis by absorbing this UV radiation. First synthesis, second release. Okay, first synthesis, second release. This needs 2 to 3 days time. 2 to 3 days time. Immediately is not possible. First synthesis, second release. Okay, 2 to 3 days. During this 2 to 3 days, during this first 2 to 3 days, how can you protect your skin surface? Okay, foreigners. Okay, foreigners in US, some climate is cool. Okay, sunlight is somewhat less. Okay, once they will come to the India in airport. Immediately they will take the so large bottle that containing the some cosmetic preparation. That cosmetic preparations and applied in entire body, on skin surface, entire on top to bottom, on entire skin surface they will apply. Why? Because they know that here sunlight intensity is more, means UV radiation, especially 290 320 nanometer intensity is more in India. That's why immediately they will apply that cosmetic preparation on their skin. Okay, but friends, once melanin pigment is formed, okay, no need of applying cosmetic preparation. But sir, why they are applying the cosmetic preparation? Initial exposure. Okay, so during this 2 to 3 days, you have to protect your skin from toxic UV radiation, 290 to 320 nanometer. How, sir? By applying some cosmetic preparations, some cosmetic preparations. Okay, the cosmetic preparations which protect your skin surface during initial period of exposure with the sunlight. During initial exposure is called as suntan preparation. Is called as suntan preparation. Okay, preparations which protect. Tan means protect your skin surface from sun. Which is sun? 290 to 320 nanometer. Okay, nanometer. Okay, that's why. So friends, tell me, you observe me, my skin surface containing my skin surface is abundant availability of. There is a rich in melanin pigment because my myself is somewhat black. Okay, not somewhat black, purely black. Okay, it is a God gift to me. Okay, so uh, so so to protect, actually, tell me, Faiza, is any need for cosmetic preparation to me? Any need of cosmetic preparation to me? No. But Faiza need a more amount of that cosmetic preparations. But so that black peoples never ask for suntan preparation. Then don't need. Okay, that's why this is the God gift. Okay, so black color is the God gift. Okay, next up. That's why my skin can tolerate high intensity of radiations. Okay, 290 to 320 nanometer. Okay, next one is once again we remember Meghana, काले है तो क्या, so मेहता, काले है तो क्या, दिल काले है तो क्या, दिलवाले हैं हम. ओके, दिलवाले हैं हम, ऐसा. ओके, but why I don't know, yaar. So everyone will attract towards white color skin tone. Why? Because I don't know. Okay, because boys will attract towards white skin ladies, and girls also attracted towards white color skin boys. Okay, so then likewise in my college also, ladies never see my face. Yeah, okay. So whenever I try to make up, okay, then also they can't to try to see my face. Okay. But that time I suffer, I faces many struggles. Okay, but after that, once the concept is known, is known, then I will say, okay, so don't worry, be happy. Okay, because this is a God gift. We maintain this gift. Okay, sir, fall for heart. Okay, Govinda, all you are also black color. Okay, next one is, यार कोई भी फील नाराज मत होना है, ये पूरा पूरा जस्ट फन जैसा है। ओके, कभी भी कोई भी गोरा स्किन वाला मेरे को गालियां मत देना है, ठीक है? Don't scold me. Okay, that white color skin tone persons don't scold me. Okay, so this is just a joke, yaar. Okay, but in reality, me also like the white color skin tone only. Okay, okay, okay. Next one is okay. Next one is the okay, friends. That's why during initial exposures you have to protect. How? By applying the cosmetic preparation. Now, friends, tell me, suntan preparations are the cosmetic preparations which protect your skin surface from which UV radiation 290 to 320 nanometer. 290 to 320 nanometer. Okay. So then, sir, tell me, sir, this cosmetic preparation how can protect your skin surface from 290 to 320 meter by three mechanisms, either absorption or reflection or scattering, either absorption mechanism or a reflection mechanism or so scattering mechanism. Okay, so first we will go for absorption mechanism. First absorption mechanism. Friends, this is a skin. This is a skin. You draw one imaginary line. You draw one imaginary line which cut the skin perpendicularly. Cut the skin perpendicularly. Imaginary line, that is called as normal. An imaginary line which pass perpendicular to normal. Okay, so perpendicular to your skin surface. Next, if you pass the first of all you apply the suntan preparation on your skin surface. Okay, this blue color is the suntan preparation. Blue color is the suntan preparation. Okay, once you pass the UV radius 290 to 320 nanometer, this 290 to 300, this rays will incident on cosmetic preparation. Okay, incident on cosmetic preparation. Next, it is completely absorbed by cosmetic preparation, and this rays cannot touch with your skin surface, cannot touch with this person. That's why this entire UV radiations are absorbed with this cosmetic preparation. That's why the rays cannot contact with your skin surface. Okay, examples are salicylates and PABA. PABA means para amino benzoic acid. Para amino benzoic acid. Okay, so these two are commonly used cosmetic preparation to protect your skin from sunlight. Okay, based on absorption mechanism, but this absorption mechanism is outdated. Okay, so outdated. Next one is reflection. Reflection means same concept. That is first skin. This is the skin. Next, draw the normal. Next, first of all, apply the cosmetic preparation. This is the cosmetic preparation. This is the rays. rays incident on cosmetic preparation. It make an angle with normal is called as angle of incident, called as angle of incident. Next, so there is a two possibilities. Either this rays will be absorbed or emitted. Already absorption is completed. Next emission, okay, it will be emitted. Emitted. It make an angle with normal called as emission angle. Emission angle. If the angle of incident is exactly equal to angle of emission, angle of incident is exactly equal to angle of emission, then that emission process is specially pronounced as reflection. Specially pronounced as reflection. If the angle of incident is not exactly equal to angle of emission, then it is called as scattering. Is called as scattering. If the angle of incident divided by angle of emission is called as refractive index. Is called as refractive index. Refractive index. Okay. Friends, there are two mechanisms are there, either absorption mechanism or emission mechanism. Emission mechanisms are again two types, reflection and scattering. When we will say emission is a reflection, when we will say emission is a scattering, that is, if the angle of incident is exactly equal to angle of emission, then the emission process called as reflection. If the angle of incident not equal to angle of emission, then the emission process is called as scattering. Is called as scattering. Okay. So reflection is not a commonly observed. Reflection can be observed only in special conditions. Only in a special condition. In special conditions. That's why. So in special condition means, for example, you apply the makeup. Okay. For example is smoked magnesium oxide. Means you take the magnesium metal and burn on charcoal. Produce a magnesium oxide smoke. This magnesium oxide smoke having the reflection tendency. Means if light is incident, exactly that light will be emitted. Okay, emitted means reflected. That having the high intensity. Reflected rays having high intensity. Scattered light having the low intensity. Reflection rays having high intensity, whereas scattering light having low intensity. Now, friends, tell me. So you know Rajinikanth, the famous hero Rajinikanth. You know. Students belongs to North. Okay, you know Rajinikanth, Shivaji, or Robo. So, so Rajinikanth, if you observe the Rajinikanth color, okay, that's so black color, okay, okay, but you know that black color heroes not attracted by audience. That's why what happened, Rajinikanth will apply the makeup. Okay, that makeup containing which agents are, that is reflecting agents or scattering agents. Okay, now tell me. So heroes and heroines' faces are too bright. Why? Too bright. Why? Because they are using the cosmetic preparation that having maximum reflection tendency. Reflected rays having the high intensity. The high intensity rays can reach to the eyes of other person. Okay, opposite person, immediately that face will be highly glossy. Okay, whenever they okay. Tanvi, okay, Tanvi is saying college lecture is there. Okay. Okay, friends. So today I want to wind up this class. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss. Okay, bye, friends. Have a nice day. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye.